Welcome to a very quick Tweedy Pubs video from a wonderful survival. This is the Drewe Arms in Drewe Stainton on the edge of Dartmoor, which very happily has been brought back from the brink and is now a community pub. Cheers from the Drewe Arms. I'm having a pint of otter bitter that comes in at £4 for a pint, and this came straight from the barrel. And that is just delicious. Really malty. Condition is beautiful. Look at how beautifully presented that is. The pub's own website has a pretty good treatment of the pub's history. That mentions that the earliest surviving licensing records go back to the 1750s, and it was known as the New Inn from at least the 1820s. From around 1891, it became the Druids Arms. I found a really nice article in the Devon and Exeter Daily Gazette about their staff annual holiday in 1891. Another word for that being Ways Goose. That was a new word to me, which apparently is specifically a works holiday for a printing or newspaper firm. The name changed to the Drewe Arms at some point in the 1910s at the request of local landowner Julius Drewe, who had nearby Castle Drogo built, and Drewe was the founder of Home and Colonial Stores. Mabel Mudge ran the pub from 1919 to 1994 and is clearly still fondly remembered in various artifacts throughout the pub. When she retired in 1994, she was aged 99 and held the record for the oldest licensee in the UK. The pub changed hands a few times after that, and it seems from about 2013 onwards entered into a turbulent decade for the pub, with some intermittent closures. That period happily ended in 2023 following a successful campaign by the local community to buy the pub. It is now community owned, and they've installed Simon Saunders as their landlord, who is there to greet us on the day and has a wealth of prior experience of running pubs in the broader area. Certainly knows how to keep his beer in very good condition. This is a listed building, and Historic England note that it's probably 17th century with possible 16th century origins and was modernised in the late 19th century. The building is of plastered cob on stone rubble footings. There's a timber frame and a thatched roof. This nice old doorbell particularly caught my eye by the front door. Also of interest by the pub sign outside was a post with a horse's head. I wondered whether it possibly related to the era of post riders, as there are mentions of this being a posting house in a directory listing of 1910. The pub is on CAMRA's list of historic pub interiors, and they give it the highest rating of 3 stars. The servery is a simple hatch. There's no real bar counter to speak of. This was quite traditional in many country pubs. The hatch is windowed and would traditionally have been closed after last orders. Towards the back of that servery space there is the stillage, and the beers and ciders at this pub are served directly from the barrel. There are then 3 bar rooms inside the pub. The bar room to the left as you come in, which may be a public bar, contains another hatch through to the servery. There's simple fixed bench seating around the walls and a fireplace which to me looks a bit more modern but could possibly date to the late 19th century. And there are some nice old prints on the walls there. The second bar room lies to the right as you enter. That was possibly used as a dining area for some of the more recent history of the pub. That has an original fireplace with a giant lintel over the top and a granite surround. The third bar room inside the pub is now labelled Aunt Mabel's Kitchen, and it still has an old Rayburn in it. This is apparently where Mabel slept towards the end of her time at the pub when she was too frail to climb the stairs. This is a beautiful time warp of a pub, obviously much loved by its local community, and I think definitely worth a detour if you're somewhere in the broader area.